everybody. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody had a really good Thanksgiving. Let me know. I'm going to give everybody like a hot minute to get here while I fix all of these lighting issues. And let me know when you get here and if you can hear me well and all the things. We're going to talk a bit about this new moon coming up in Sagittarius. So we'll do a little reading. We're going to talk a little bit about the energies. There's a lot going on astrologically right now, like a lot. So we're going to cover some of that stuff too. But just going to give everybody a second to jump on and cleanse our space. If you guys hear like crazy sounds in the background, it's my dog. She's sleeping like on the couch in front of me, and she's like got this really interesting snore thing going on today where it sounds like a dial-up modem, essentially. So you might hear that. Okay. I'd like to invite in spirit and the light, angels, guides, ancestors. Bring us the best and highest messages we need to hear for this new moon in Sagittarius. Here you go, guys. Here's some cleansing for you. It's always good to like cleanse and release with the new moon, right? So you can welcome your new moon energy in truly cleanly. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. All right. So let's talk about some things going on. Astrologically, a shit ton. We know where you have Mercury retrograde until December 15th. We're going to have Mars retrograding in Leo on the 6th of December. We've got a Jupiter retrograde going on, a bunch of trines and oppositions happening with this new moon. So it's going to be, it's a little bit much, you know, it's not bad energy. It's just, it's a lot. It's just a lot. So let's talk about it. So we've got the sun and the moon in Sagittarius, right? That's how we get a new moon in Sag. Then we also will have a square between Saturn in Pisces and an opposition to Jupiter, which is in retrograde in Gemini. And then there's a trine with Mars in Leo, and also a trine with the North Node, which is in Aries. There's a lot of fire sign energy here, a lot. Yeah, there's actually, I don't know if you can see it, but there's actually a black tree over there as well. My black Christmas tree. I'm not much of a Christmas girl, but you know, I do it for the fam. So anyway, hi everybody. So where were we at? Okay, we got a lot of fire energy going on here, right? So, you know, Sagittarius is very expansive. Happy Christmas. Oh my God, cuddle juice. That's like the saddest thing ever. Stop it. I already have a hard time around the holidays. Don't make it worse. So you're going to be asked to examine how you respond when you're faced with obstacles, essentially. Okay. So I did a lot of channeling on this before I came on to talk to you guys. And you really need to look at how you can kind of ground and learn here, because Sagittarius is a planet of expansion. It's ruled by Jupiter, which is the planet of growth and expansion. It's very adventurous. It's very outside the box, not afraid to like get out of the comfort zone, right? So you're going to be asked to kind of spend some self-reflection time and truly reflection, because we have all of this retrograde happening, right? Which is when we kind of look back, we reflect. You're going to have to look back at some things and really ask yourself some tough questions here. And you need to kind of really push yourself to get out of your comfort zone right now, because that's the only way forward. If growth and progression, especially spiritually, are important to you, then the only way, right, to achieve that is to get out of your comfort zone. You know, you got to get uncomfortable. Hi, Rick. How you here? Thank you. Happy Christmas to you too. So, like I was saying, Sagittarius, mutable sign, a yang sign, a fire archetype. Sag is very expansive. It's very adventurous. So that's the pushing out of your comfort zone vibe, right? So this is a really powerful time for you to commit to your growth, commit to truth. Hi, Helen. And commit to transparency and authenticity too, kind of above all. Okay. So this new moon is going to be on November 30th for some of you. In the US, if you like are, mountain time west, mountain time to Pacific time, you're going to get this new moon on November 30th. If you're mountain time east, you're going to get this new moon on December 1st because it's not until 10:30 p.m. West Coast time, right? On the 30th. So either way, it's a double new moon in 1 month because November had a new moon on the 1st. December will have a new moon on December 1st and December 30th. So either way, we're getting back to back like double new moons in 1 month cycles, which is really unusual. So kind of crazy. That, all of this has been happening. I don't know if anyone's heard of this, comment and let me know. Have you guys heard about the possibility of there being a 13th zodiac sign called Ophiuchus? Well, that's the constellation. Anybody? Has anybody heard of that? Let me know. It would be like right about now. It would be an addition that would go between like Scorpio and Sagittarius season. It's an ancient Egyptian god, actually. I do think that it's going to become relevant. I do think it's going to eventually happen in 5D consciousness. I think we're going to need it. We had 13 full moons not long ago. Was it last year? I think it was last year. I don't think it was this year. And we just keep having these patterns where the moons aren't really lining up anymore. And like things are just changing, right? We know that our consciousness is growing, we're ascending. So we'll talk about that another time. But I was just curious if any of you guys had heard of any of that before. You've heard of it? Well, Pluto's technically not a planet, but it is energetically, right? Energetically, it still needs to be considered because it's still within our, solar system. It still has an energetic effect on us. So technically, it's a microplanet, whatever. The 26 gender thing, I can't actually help you with. The idea and thought of gender is a very 3D Earth thing. It doesn't exist really outside of this dimension. We are all 50% divine masculine and 50% divine feminine energy, including the archangels. And we've all been male in some lives, female in others. Like actual gender and is a very earthy thing. So I'm sorry, I can't answer that. I don't know. It kind of doesn't matter where I work. So anyway, new moon in Sag. Renew your commitment to your authenticity. And another big theme that's going to come up here too is going to be about balancing optimism with realism. Okay, so it's not that I don't want you to continue to manifest and set your intentions and want to progress forward and be optimistic that you can be the magician and manifest your reality and whatever you want to bring into your life. You can. I still want you to do that. But it's about us being able to balance it with realism and finding ways that we can take action and steps forward that are grounded in 3D Earth and very possible, if that makes sense, But yeah, getting out of your comfort zone, committing to your authenticity and growth, and allowing yourself to be expansive, okay? Not only internally, but also externally, all right? Another thing Spirit literally said to me today, and I wrote it down right here, was, see, I don't know if you guys can see, I have terrible handwriting when I'm channeling. It says, get in touch with your wild side. So get in touch with your wild side. I'm a fire sign. I'm pretty wild and rebellious in life in general. I always have been. So I highly encourage it. Get in touch with your wild side, y'all. Now, going back to all of these astrological sort of placements that we have going on, we got a shitstorm, literally. So how is this going to manifest, right? First of all, the mutable signs, you guys are going to be affected the most during this. It's going to be Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. You guys are the mutable signs, and you're really going to be challenged to be more adaptable, be more patient, but also just get real comfortable with change. Particularly like Virgo, Gemini, y'all don't like change. You don't like it. So it may be a little tough for you, but embrace it, you know? So John Paul, thank you, honey. I've been a medium since the day I was born. I got a whole lot more than two spirits that speak to me. But my husband and my grandmother, who are both passed, are usually with me when I'm channeling. So thank you. I know you're a triple Virgo. But yeah, we need to look at the rest of your placements too. Find out what your Sagittarius is in. Yeah, I understand you mean right now. It's probably my husband and my grandmother because they are with me when I channel. Yep, it's probably who you see. So we've got Mercury and Jupiter going retrograde. That's when we're supposed to reflect, right? We are supposed to reflect. We're supposed to like look at patterns in our life that are stunting our growth or keeping us from expanding or leveling up. You know what I mean? And I do think that patience is going to be tested here because we are really being pushed to adapt and get comfortable because change is an inevitable part of the next 19 years of our lives. And some of it may be super uncomfortable change. So you really need to get super cozy and adaptable with the idea of change. Okay. North Node Cap, South Node Cancer. Okay. What about like your Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn? Let me know. Curious about it. So examine how you respond when you are faced with obstacles that are preventing you from being able to ground or learn, right? Especially when it comes to areas of like responsibility in life. And I also want you to observe the emotions that are going to arise with all of these trines and oppositions happening and ask yourself, where do you hold on to fear? And where do you hold on to self-doubt? And where do you hold on to inadequacies or the idea of self-limiting belief and inadequacy? Because you're not actually inadequate in any way. Thank you, John Paul. Thank you. I gotcha. I understand. Thank you. Your message came across, I promise. So committing to your growth, committing to your truth, committing to your authenticity is also going to mean that we have to ask ourselves some difficult questions. All right? And it's also going to be about you being able to discern the time to act and the time to wait. This is winter when we go within. This is hibernation season, right? For a reason. So, take this time to really hone in your skills of discernment and get in touch with your higher self. And here's the other questions I want you guys to journal during this new moon, okay? What beliefs and thought patterns are ready to be re-examined? Can you guys hear my dog? I hope you can hear her. It's like the cutest little snore ever. Where am I called to take responsibility for my growth, even if it feels challenging? And how can I ground my vision? At the new moon, we set intention. At the new moon, we draw in. At the full moon, we release. So if you have things you need to let go of before we do our intention setting and new moon ritual on the 30th or 1st, do them now. Okay, like a fire ritual is a great one to do, writing out what you're releasing, truly spending some time reflecting on it and feeling yourself letting that energy go, and then, burning it for that, energetic and visual kind of intention stamp on it. And then before we sign off today, we're going to talk about the ritual that I would like you guys to do this time around, this new moon. I always kind of try to dig deep in my ancient old spell book to find some new stuff for you guys. So we're not always doing the same old like intention setting rituals and stuff. And I am a fire sign, and the first element that I learned and started training to master was the element of fire. So I very connected to it, and I love fire gazing or scrying. And I thought it would be a really cool way to do a ritual with this new moon in a fire sign with all this fire energy going on. But if I forget when I start channeling and doing this reading, y'all, make sure somebody reminds me to tell you about it before I sign off. Okay, don't let me forget. All right, so we're going to grab a significator card from the moon, see what the overall energy is going to be like for this new moon, and then get into a little bit of a reading here for you guys, get you some guidance on what the energy around this new moon is going to look like and the next moon cycle as a whole. Best and highest messages, please, for the collective. The new moon in Sagittarius. All right, you guys know my spiel. Remember, this is a collective general reading. Take what resonates and leave the rest. If you would like to book a personal or private reading or energy healing or anything else with me on your own specific situation and energy, the way to do that is in the description box. Thank you for your continued love and support. It really does mean the whole world to me. I think we're like 3 subscribers away from 500, which is amazing. That's been a goal of mine for a hot minute since I started this channel a couple months ago, or I don't know, however long ago. I really started focusing on it, I should say. So thank you for all of your likes, your shares, your subscribes. It does so much for the channel. It gives me the ability to offer so much more to you guys too, like workshops and free readings and lives and all the things. Thank you. It means the world to me. I hope y'all know that. It really does. I can't be my authentic self if nobody wants to learn from me, because this is my soul's job. So it really, literally means the world to me. All right, beautifuls. Let's see what we got. What is the moon's message for y'all during this new moon in Sagittarius? Now, I know that we're doing this with the energy of the new moon in Sag in mind. However, all my readings are timeless. Just know that if you found this video, Spirit does have a message for you. All right. Stop it. Changes. I keep pushing y'all, right? We got to get real comfortable with the idea of change, because it's coming whether we like it or not. And we have the quicksilver moon with changes. That is too funny. I'm keeping that right out in front. That energy, too significant. Let's see if there's another message here from the moon for y'all. This says moon cycles and patience, which was another thing that just came up in the when I was reading y'all what I journaled about when I was channeling for this reading. And we have forgiveness with full moon. So it's moon cycles with patience and full moon with forgiveness. You guys know how big I am about forgiveness. During my dark night of the soul, when the angels and Star family were visiting me and giving me these messages to teach and deliver to you guys, one of the first ones I got was the forgiveness lesson, and I think it's the most profound to this day. It was the most profound night of my life, I think, and I love that message. And it's just about how important it truly is to forgive everyone and everything that has ever hurt you or harmed you in this life or any other, including yourself, because it really will hold you back from growth and healing. You know, if we can't get to a place of forgiving people and situations, no matter how horrific they may have been, it doesn't mean what they did is okay. It absolutely doesn't mean what they did was okay. It means I'm taking my power back from you, because I'm not going to let you hold this on, hold me back anymore. You've done enough, right? So I forgive you. I understand that this only happened because I was meant to receive some spiritual lesson for my soul's growth. And I'm going to let you and this energy go, and I'm going to move on with my happy life and no longer have this resentment and anger and hurt in my heart. Yes, I can do magic beyond anything you could possibly imagine. Promise. So yeah, if anybody's struggling with forgiveness, let me know. I think there might even be a video on my YouTube channel. I'm pretty sure there is, about the forgiveness lesson, but let me know, and you can always reach out to me, thatwitchdani@gmail.com, and I'll help you through it, okay? There's no soul growth without forgiveness. It's really important, so it's important to me that y'all really understand it and embrace it, okay? Because I love y'all, and I want y'all to have the happiest, most fulfilled life you possibly can. And that is the truth. All right, let's get the rest of your cards out here and keep building this reading. Patience, forgiveness, changes, we know, are coming. We know. Stay tuned, Wary Bunny. I'm gonna be doing my Intro to Witchcraft workshop series on here pretty soon. 4-week series, and I'll teach you some tricks. Best and highest messages for the collective, please. What do they need to know? This new moon in Sagittarius. You guys, anybody still getting like the crow thing going on? Seeing crows or like hearing about them or blackbirds or anything else? Crows were having a major moment. You used to be, got you. Or you tend to be, okay. Okay, so does that mean that you don't work on forgiveness? Do you just sweep things under the rug? That's burying. That's how we get shadows. Okay. Interesting. First, I think this is incredibly interesting. How do we get self-interest and teamwork at the same time? Right? That seems sort of in opposition to one another, does it not? Card 48, card 45. The other two that came out is grief, card 22, and protection, which is 38. So, okay. I might actually be okay with that. So here's the vibe I'm getting from these little crow messages, and I'm going to pull Crow Tarot too to just kind of like get more detailed here. But the self-interest and grief coming in, and teamwork and protection, they kind of came in as separate energies, right? 2 and 2. It's telling you to, you know, self-interest, let it go, let it die. The death of self-interest, right? And it's time for us to embrace the idea of teamwork and conscious collective, which is a huge thing with me, right? We are all one conscious collective, and what happens to you happens to me. What I wish upon you, I'm wishing upon me. And the sooner we all kind of figure that out and treat each other like we would treat ourselves, the sooner we can ascend to a much more peaceful existence. And that is what offers us all of this protection, right? When we are all one and on the same page and together, you know how they say there's power in numbers? There's like 9 billion of us. There's power in that number. And we are in the age of revolution and rebellion. Remember that. Best and highest messages for this collective new moon in Sag energy. What do they need to know? What advice and guidance can you offer? Tell me about this card. Yeah, 9 of Pentacles is an independent energy. It's like I'm rich, I'm, you know, independently wealthy, I'm on my own, like F you guys. And then we got a 2 of Swords with this blindfold on. It's like, yeah, but you're not seeing the way. You're not seeing the path like that. You know what I mean? We have a 4 of Cups. Tell me why teamwork is here for the collective. What's the message? The Fool. 3 of Cups, which is a card of collaboration and excitement and celebrating with your friends and your collective, right? Why is protection here for the collective? Tell me about protection. Justice. Hell yeah. It's karma, baby. What else? And a Knight of Wands. Okay. Your path is protected. This is karmically protected for you. Oh, the sun fell out too. I didn't even see that. The happiest card in all of tarot. Teamwork, right? This idea with us, when we really do embrace collective consciousness and the belief that we are truly one and all connected. When we do that and we start this teamwork and collaborating together, right? We get this brand new beginning. The Fool is it's step 0. That's how new it is. That brings us to complete and total joy and a carefree existence that's protected, karmically protected. And that can propel you down your true soul path, your you know, purpose here on the planet. You know, I always tell you, whatever you're the most passionate about is the thing that you're meant to do in life, in this lifetime. The Knight of Wands is all about passion, represents the fire signs, right? Aries, Leo, Sag. Why are you going to get blocked? Are you not capable of just being a respectful, normal human? All right. We got a Queen of Cups. Queen of Love, man. That's nurturing. That's compassionate. That's, you know, mother-like vibes and loving your babies and taking care of things. And we got a Five of Swords that's here. So Five of Swords is a bit of a battle card. Fives in tarot in general are very tumultuous energy. Swords, though, are very of the mind, right? They represent the air signs. So Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. A lot of times this is a battle we're having with ourselves and with our own thoughts, right? So freeing yourself from that and embracing the optimism in front of you, the collective consciousness brings, and the protection that you have here, and the fact that karmic justice is here for you, saying, you're cool, like, don't worry. You know, this energy sucks. Not only does it like literally age you and drain you and lower your vibration, but worrying is a negative prayer. So if you're constantly in your head worrying about the what ifs and the negatives and blah, 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 you're manifesting them. You're drawing them in, right? You need to focus on what you have, what you're grateful for, and what you want an outcome to be, and not focus on what you don't want to draw in, because all you're doing is drawing it in, right? That makes sense, right? You guys got me? Let me know you got me. All right, let's keep pulling some cards here. And then, oh, I'm sorry if you hear yelling and screaming. I have a bunch of obnoxious teenagers in my house right now that know that I'm filming a live. I told them many times. They just don't care. Y'all know that My Chemical Romance song, Teenagers? Teenagers scared the living shit out of me. They could care less as long as someone will blink. Yeah. That's my life. It sucks. Just kidding, they're great. Super loud one's not even mine. I just borrow him sometimes. Kidding, he's a friend of my son's. All right, we got a death card. We got an ending. What are we letting go of? What do we need to let go of here? Right? I love the underwater vibe of this death card. This is the Audacity deck. It's super cool. No, it could be worse. They're fun. They're cool. It's chill. I do adore them all. I just wish they wouldn't have to be obnoxious a-holes and douchebags on my lives. But they can't help it. They're teenage boys. Okay. This is called The Tea. This is the Audacity deck, so it's a little bit different. And I actually don't know this deck all that well because it just recently donated to the channel. So shout out to Matt for this awesome deck. It's got really funny cards in it. There's like the chicken nugget. One of them's like 0 fucks. I don't know. It's very me energy. But I don't know what the Tea card means. So let's look at it. Oh my God, I want to find this one. The 2 of D's, like the 2 of D's nuts. That's hilarious. D used to be my nickname. Or I should say it's one of my nicknames with Danny. All right, I found death first. So let's read this one first. It says, use the light from your own fire again, to embolden yourself and others. Hold on to the light, even if you light yourself up in the process. Prioritize yourself, your health, your emotional well-being above anyone else at this time. Yeah, I did say the chicken nugget card. Yeah, there's a card in this deck called the chicken nugget. Yeah, I'm not lying. All right, and let's see what the tea is. The tea. You've been soaking in the bitter tannin for so long, it's time to let go. Whatever it is that's marinating in your soul is no longer needed. This card is for release, levity, sharing your burden with others, and moving on. I love that. We're talking about letting things go before this new moon. And I love how it said with others, because we've got this collective consciousness message coming through too, right? Loving how this reading's building already. Okay, what do I want to do now? Let's get some astro. I think I was going to say astro and astrology at the same time. Let's get astro cards. And then I have this other really fun deck that I think we're going to pull out in the middle of the reading that is called Spiritual AF. Let me know if any of y'all have heard of it. I think there actually might be a mention of dino nuggets in the description for the nugget card. I'm not kidding. But the spiritual AF deck is great. It actually curses you off, but in a good way. It just kind of like point blank, no sugarcoating, tells you like what you need to hear if you really want to grow, right? Sometimes I need that energy. I'm a little bit of a strong energy myself. All right. Tell me about this new moon in Sag for the collective. Best and highest messages. What do they need to hear at this time? I haven't used this deck in a minute, which is funny because when I first got it, I was obsessed with it. It's one of the prettiest ones I've ever had, like just the box and shit it came in. And all of a sudden, I've like been so pulled to it, and it's been giving me like 1,000 cards a reading. It's wild. All right, not that many. It's a small deck, but you know what I mean. See, there's like a, yeah, it's like half the deck just jumped out at us. All right, we got a lot to cover here. Mercury showed up, which is in retrograde. It says think, learn, network, and communication. You know, Mercury is the planet of communication, right? Network is standing out to me. And commitment, we talked about that, setting your commitment with this new moon. Virgo is here. Integrity, reverence, and service. Virgo, the ruler of the 6th house. You've got Uranus, the planet of radical change, showing up for you. So you all may want to, your ruling planet, yes, you all may want to check and see where these placements are in your chart. We have Aries energy here, which is independence, bravery, and passion. House 12, that's our spiritual house. And it says spirituality, transcendence, karma, sacrificial service, and healing. And we have Cancer here, which is the ruler of the 4th house of like home and family. And it says nurture, comfort, and protection. We've already had nurture and protection come out in this reading so far. We have Pluto, right, which just went into Aquarius, the planet of transformation, rebellion, revolution. Talk about radical change. That's Pluto all day. We have Leo energy here, self-confidence, loyalty, and creativity. I'm a Leo sun. Another fire sign. You have sextile, a combination of tension and flow, potential and a rewarding situation. So tension and flow. It's kind of like that duality I was getting when I was channeling this like live, right? About finding a balance between your dreams and like realism, right? Ambition and realism. Combination of tension and flow, potential and rewarding. Okay. And we have square, a challenging situation, a mountain to climb. Okay, so squares in astrology are always rough, right? They're always tense, I guess is the word I want to say. And we know that there could be some tension coming up soon. And just kind of a feeling of irritability or just, you know, maybe being easily irritated with this like incoming energy. It should be short. Thanks, Pickles. That's rad. Super rad. So let's see, where is this taking us? Where do we want to go? Let's do the spiritual deck. Let's do it. Let's get cursed off. I feel like it's the vibe we need right now. And then we'll go a little deeper on the spiritual lessons. All right, what message does this collective need to hear right now? With this new moon and Sag energy coming in, what do they need to hear? What do they need to know? I just saw 1111. That's significant to anybody. What does this collective need to hear right now? Oh, you're getting cursed off a bunch. Sweet. Probably deserve it. All right, it's feeling like it. Ready? Thank you. I definitely look a lot like Caitlyn Jenner. I can totally see the resemblance. 5'3", man. Definitely have darker hair. Okay. You are not required to see yourself or set yourself on fire. Why does fire keep coming up? To keep other people warm. You're not required to set yourself on fire to keep other people warm. Can y'all see that? It says you know how you can tell if someone is taking advantage of you. You feel like shit after giving to them. That shit isn't healthy for anyone. Put the matches down and back away. They can get warm on their own. Now go do something kind for yourself. That's better service to the world anyway. So the word service keeps coming up here too. And I'm getting this like vision of, you know, maybe what you need to let go of is a person that sort of feeds off of your kindness, feeds off of your generosity. And, you know, it's like an energy vampire kind of thing, right? When you're an empath, which I'm sure a lot of you are that follow me, empaths are usually drawn to me. I'm super empathic, always have been. You know, people see the light in you and they want it. They want that light for themselves so bad, but they can't get it, or they can't, you know, they don't have it. So they latch on to empaths and just feed off of you. Some of you may need to release some people like that. If you feel like shit after giving to somebody, that's somebody you should walk away from. Or even just a situation. It doesn't have to be a person, but an energy. Okay. This is very Sagittarius new moon vibes. Call bullshit on your bullshit. I told you we were going to be forced to look at ourselves, right? Want to get out of a rut? The first step is to get tired of the bullshit. Your bullshit, their bullshit, the world's bullshit. Spend today honing your sense of deja vu. And it truly does say deja vu. I wish I was funny enough to come up with that on my own. Once you can spot the old shit, you can start to stop the old shit. I hope that resonated for somebody. Feels very relevant to this card, the first one. All right, what else? Drink water and mind your own fucking business. I think that's always good. Always a good piece of advice. You know what the back says? So it says drink water and mind your own fucking business. And the back says, enough said. That's it. Stay in your lane, stay out of drama, worry about you, don't worry about what everybody else is doing. That also means comparing yourself to everybody else and their perfect, you know, life on social media. We can all make our life look perfect and amazing on social media. Don't mean it is. Y'all know that. All right, namaste. The slay in me recognizes the slay in you. At some point, you got to get up and act like the people that you admire. You probably know someone who is slaying at life right now, or perceivably anyway. Spend today doing the shit that they do. Better yet, take them to coffee and ask them how exactly they managed to slay so hard. Then recognize where you are capable of the same kind of slay. I actually really like that advice. You know, like if there's somebody that you admire in your life or whatever, you know, they seem like they're just like killing it, doing what they love and, you know, kind of living the dream. Ask them how. How do you do it? How'd you get here? How'd you do it? There might be a really amazing, mind-blowing, world-opening piece of advice you could gain from them. You know? Perfect divine timing is always relevant. All right, where are we going now? I think we're gonna do this one. Spirit, yeah? Okay. So let's get an idea where your archetypes are at. Best and highest messages for the collective, for the new moon in Sagittarius, please. Advice, guidance, where they at right now, where they need to know to grow and progress through this. So again, collective message. Some of y'all may be in one of these. Some of y'all may be in a few of these. Some of y'all may be in another, whatever. Just remember, collective general reading. Take the one that resonates for you, that you feel the connection to, okay? For some reason, I feel particularly in this reading that there's like a message like for a few different groups, so that you're not meant to like sort of take every one of these archetypes to heart, okay? So the Sentinel is the first one out. It says determination and certainty. Determination's certainly been, you know, a vibe in this, even when I just read you my channeled messages, right? Like committing to yourself, committing to your soul's journey, and you're like finding your authenticity in your soul path, right? And then we have the Musician, and it says inspiration and gratitude. I'm a musician. I'm a musician's daughter. I love music more than anything. Super healing, right? Music can literally change the energy of a room. It can cleanse the energy, can raise your vibration. And then there's the Brawler, which is lack of empathy and confrontation. All right, so I just got a message. So I don't know who this is for, but it may just be for one of you. So it feels very specific. There is someone who, on here, who aspires, right, to be able to be their authentic self. Maybe it is music related. Maybe that's just a symbol for being able to live your passion and do what you love and what you're good at, and inspire or be inspired. Someone here has been pushed down by societal norms, by family expectations, by outdated self-limiting beliefs, whatever the hell it is. Fear of stepping out into an unknown world, whatever. And it has created such a frustration, angry, confrontational energy within you. All right? It's like you have stuffed things down and down and down and down to the point where the bag is going to burst. It cannot hold any more energy for you. Nothing else can be stuffed down in here. It's just going to explode, right? It's under all of the tension it can possibly handle. So this is creating a lack of empathy within you, making you unable to connect to the rest of the collective, find your soul tribe, maybe even find a partner in life, like a romantic partner. And you kind of feel like the doors have closed on you and there's no hope out of this. Like, you're never going to change. This is the universe's path and plan for you. This is the energy you're in, and you're certain. I'm asking you to soften here, all right? We've got Cancer coming through, Pisces coming through, House 12, right? Some water vibes. I know there's a lot of fire, but we had the Queen of Cups here. Compassion, love, self-love. Soften yourself a little bit so that you can see past that untruth, right? It's about transparency right now. That's a self-limiting belief. It's just a blindfold we put on ourselves. It's bullshit, right? Call bullshit on your bullshit. You can be whoever and whatever you want in the world. People will still accept you. In fact, you'll lose those who are of a lower vibration and only accept people that fit in their box and whatever. And you'll gain a true soul tribe that will help your growth and expansion and embrace you for your true authentic self and not love you conditionally. And you can drop that confrontational, angry, brawler energy that you have been going through life with. Doesn't peace and fun and fulfillment sound awesome? You can have it. You can have it. That's all I'm going to say. All right. Sorry, guys, but somebody had to hear that. Somebody had to hear that. All right. We're going to go back into tarot. We're going to clarify what we've read so far. We've already got a lot of cards on the table, and there's still a few more I want to pull here. Best and highest messages for this collective, for the new moon in Sagittarius spirit. Somebody to remind me to make sure I tell you about that ritual I wanted to tell you about for this new moon. I'm going to do it a little different this time. I'll still be doing a live that day, most likely on my Facebook page. It's usually where I do my new moon and full moon lives. But I'll put it on here for y'all too. New moon's a great time to sage your space, cleanse your house, cleanse yourself, do like an energetic cleansing bath or shower, right? Like you want to start the new moon energy fresh. My dog looks so cute right now. I can't stand it. I just want to run over there and pet her little face and her floppy beagle ears. All right. Clarify these messages so far for the collective, please. Give us more details and clarity on what is coming towards them so far with these messages. The new moon in Sagittarius. More moonshine water. I think it might just mean moon water. But I personally do not make moon water during a new moon. It doesn't mean you can't. You certainly can. But I only bottle full moon water. That's just me. All right, we got an 8 of Wands, a 7 of Wands. Okay. The moon. If you have a fire in your pants, pickles, you should probably see a doctor. I think there's like a shot they can give you for that. Anything else for the collective? Anything you could clarify for them? I feel like there's another card in here, but it ain't coming out. Thank you. All right. 10 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. That's a burden you can no longer carry. That's something that's way too heavy for y'all to carry. All right. 8 of Wands, fast-moving energy. 8 of Wands comes in hot, it comes in quick, it changes things. This particular 7 of Wands is interesting to me. It does not, hi Therese, it does not look like the Rider-Waite-Smith 7 of Wands at all. This scissor up here, right, trying to cut down these flowers, it sort of gives me this vibe of like, the flowers seem fine, right? It doesn't look like there's anything wrong with these flowers, that they need to be cut, right? But if you really look closely at them, they sort of look a little meh. Like they're not the prettiest flowers I've ever seen. They're not huge and strong and blooming like, say, these flowers, right? They look a little more meh. It's almost like you think this energy around you is good enough, or maybe you think it's as good as it gets. But if you're brave enough to 10 of Wands, right, cut it out with these scissors. It's like cord cutting vibes. Cut that energy out. Who knows what could come after that? You know what I mean? So the moon being here for you, yeah, significant during a new moon reading, of course. Again, this deck is really different, and I really like this deck. This is the Everything You Do is Magic deck, in case anyone wants one. But look at like the white wolf and the black wolf. It's like the light and the shadow, right? This also gives me triple moon vibes, Maiden Mother Crone, life cycle vibes, right? And there's a pathway here. There's this meandering like pathway ahead of you. It's sort of like, you know, you have to make friends with both sides of you. We're always going to have a shadow side. We're always going to have a light side. Integrating that shadow part of you, we're not supposed to like eliminate it. Our shadows have a purpose sometimes. Sometimes your shadow side needs to kick up and be like, get the creepy a-hole off of my life and say like what I need to say to protect and defend myself, right? Sometimes it's that. So shadows have a purpose, and they're always going to be there. And it's just accepting that, right? Accepting that everything has darkness and lightness to it. Everything. And it's meant to. None of us are ever going to be so pure and holy that we're just light, right? Otherwise, we'd be like 12D archangels. The suspicious lobster is fantastic. I love the moon card too. I have the moon phases tattooed on me. And I'm a Leo. I'm ruled by the sun, but I vibe with the moon. I love the moon. And I love the moon card. But the moon can also be representative of intuition, listening to your own intuition, being guided through this pathway by your own self, your higher self. Or it can sometimes be a card of illusion. And that's kind of where I'm landing with this. The fact that, thank you so much, the fact that this is looking like, yeah, they're fine. They're just fine. It's not like a major reason we need to cut these flowers. But, you know, if we cut them down, they may grow back better, stronger, healthier, bigger, more, you know, beautiful and more aligned to what we want or of a higher vibration, right? So don't have this self-delusion coming over you where you think you have to settle for this or this is all there is, because it's not. You have an elder here. In this deck, an elder is like a king, but cooler. The person who designed this deck didn't want the cards to have energy, like gender energy, that suggested like a queen is always below a king, for example. We're in the age of the divine feminine. Come on. So they created elders and oracles as opposed to king and queens. So the elder of pentacles, pentacles being very earthy, 3D energy, right? And it also represents coins. They used to be called coins back in the day. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, earth sign energy here, grounded, very real, 3D, tangible shit in life, right? Is what a pentacle represents. To be to the elder level, it's the highest level of that energy. So it kind of means you've been to like the spirit realm and back, right? You've lived a bunch of lives, you've crossed over, come back, done your thing, crossed over, come back, right? And now you're kind of in this energy where you can actually be a guide or teach others because you've got so much experience in this energy. And this particular elder of pentacles, I like because he got a big old coin right on his third eye. Look at that. His third eye is open, illuminated. It's almost like third eye and crown chakra, right? Symbolizing this intuition that you have. It's a double 777, right? Which is a beautiful angel number. All right, I'm going to show you the chicken nugget card before this is over. So, you know, getting this is giving me messages of intuition when we put these together. This is giving me a message of don't self-delude yourself and think that this is as good as it gets, because it isn't. It can be so much better. And the Eight of Wands is like action. Let's go. Let's go. Hurry up. We got a new timeline to get to. We got a higher dimension to hit. We have a higher level of consciousness waiting for us and a better life cycle and all the things, right? You just got to be true to yourself. I should have just shuffled. I bet you it would have just fallen right out. Here it is. The chicken nugget. I wasn't kidding. It's literally a card about chicken nuggets. And I believe that's ketchup. I also love that there's sacred geometry all up above it. Like, literally all of my tattoos are on that card. Like the sacred geometry right here. Like of the sun energy, like reaching up to source, right? And then the moon phases are on it. The only thing that's missing, I think, is the angel wings. Well, and all my back tattoos, but they're not relevant. That's so funny. So yeah, the chicken nugget's a real card. This is the Audacity deck. It is very cool. It's really pretty. This is what the back of the cards look like. It's funny, and it was donated to the channel by Matt. So Matt, if you're watching, thank you so much for this awesome deck. It's really funny. Super funny card. It's great, right? Like, who the hell doesn't love chicken nuggets? Personally, like, I'm vegan. I haven't eaten meat in 20 years, but I still love me a vegan nugget. Like, eat them all the time. Hey, Shane. Thank you. It's very sweet of you. I hope you had a nice holiday, too. So y'all want me to just read you what the chicken nugget card means? Because now we've gone so far into chicken nugs energy that we have to. And I also super want vegan chicken nugs right now. Super bad. I just opened up to the breast pump. We're not going to read that one right now, though. Life of the party, the influencer, the Zoom meeting, the slice, the taco, the cheese fries. Where's the goddamn chicken nugget? Seriously, I can't find the chicken freaking nugget. The chicken nugget. Got it. Okay, the chicken nugget. Here's your message. Perhaps one of the most undervalued foods, the chicken nugget. If all else fails, we always have the chicken nugget. You are steadfast, reliable, crispy with a soft center, flexible with your condiments, and universal. You are humble and classy, and everyone loves you. Yes, there's a taco card. Yes, yes. There's a taco card. Amaze. So basically, the chicken nugget is the message that the universe loves you. All right? You have a very similar moon tattoo. Oh, that's rad. That's awesome. That's so cool. Yeah, it's a good place for a moon phase, right? Like, just, it makes sense there, I think. Yeah, my son, when he was little, was like the pickiest eater on the planet. He was a NICU baby and had like texture issues. But he would eat dino nuggets morning, noon, and night. He did dino nuggets and waffles. They used to be like chicken and waffles. Like, that's what the kid wants. Give it to him. That's all he eats. But yeah, he was a huge dino nugget fan. Always swore that they tasted way better. All right, back to your reading. Back to your reading, my loves. Although you are incredible and stable and dynamic and always there as a chicken nugget, let's see what Spirit wants you to know right now, okay? We're going to grab some tea leaves here. All right, y'all. I have to break this deck up into two because I have tiny little hands. My late husband used to call them carny hands. So I can't shuffle the whole deck at once. So just bear with me. I have to break it into two. So we're going to do that again. Aw, you guys just hear my dog? Oh, now she sounds like a beast. She's not. She's tiny, but she hella snores. All right. Let's see what your tea leaves say, my loves. Oh, throwing cards all over the place. You've got Ram, very Aries energy, which has already come through in this reading. A stubborn or aggressive person. The month of June with the angel on it. It's a very significant card to me. You have grapes, which is about going out and having fun, celebrating. You have boot. Increase your effort if you want to achieve your goals. You have bell with announcement. Climbing the ladder towards success. Broom, new home, new attitude. This is just also giving me that energy we were saying, like the new moon, right? Like that's when we energetically like clean house, right? You know, the only reason that witches are associated with brooms or use brooms like, you know, and still do is to sweep out energy. It's literally why. So that new moon is coming, like cleanse your house, cleanse your space, right? You have dagger with fear, worries, or a tense situation. Chain, a chain of events that will affect your life. You have hat, you'll be playing a different role. This is usually career related. You have broken bridge, unsuccessful outcome to a problem. Bear, danger, especially in money matters. You have the claw too, which says be careful and do not take risks. So that coming out with that bear energy, definitely a vibe. We're gonna read on that. Don't say bad things about witches. We're not bad people. I'm gonna tell you something I probably shouldn't tell you though, but I got an aunt who I'm a lot alike, and we're a lot alike, and I adore her. She's freaking hilarious and a badass, and a Sagittarius. She used to call her mother-in-law Broom Rider, and I would fall the fuck out every time she said it. Like that, I thought that was the funniest shit I ever heard in my life. She called her Broom Rider, but at the same time, I'm a good witch. I'm not an asshole. All right, hand, in need of help, assistance, or guidance. Okay, let's break this down. I want to read a little bit more into this broken bridge bear cloth. Anybody else just get hungry for a donut? I want to read on that, and this dagger too. This dagger, this fear, worries, tense situation. Let's figure that out. Everything else, super positive. Month of June may be significant for some of you. Maybe, you know, it's a birthday or a loved one that passed, you know, birthday or anniversary, something like that. That's just their way of showing up and saying, hey, I'm guiding you, I'm protecting you, I'm with you. If not, it could be future energy about this coming June. June is when my late husband was born. So whenever I see this card, the fact that it's the only month that has an angel on it, I know he's one of my guides now, is always super significant to me. So I know his energy is here, which means this is a powerful reading. This is a reading where someone's going to hear something that sets them off truly on a new soul path. So I hope that that's true for certain. But let's figure out what's going on here with this unsuccessful outcome to a problem. Be careful, do not take risks. Fear, worries, tense situation. And we got danger, especially in money matters. I want to know more. What deck do I want to use? Oh, hey, you just jumped right out at me. Come on over. Yeah, I talk to my cards, my crystals, all of it, like they're real. I'm alone a lot, y'all. Just me, a former lab beagle, and my black cat, Mayhem, who's here somewhere. All right, clarify these messages for the collective, please. What do they need to hear at this time? Offer them advice and guidance through this energy. Got the Lovers and the Hermit, the split. Interesting combo. Virgo and Gemini energy. The Chariot and the Lovers, Cancer and Gemini. A Tower, which just means change. Doesn't always mean like horrible things. And a Three of Cups, celebration. So in the end, this works out well. All right, let's get you some clarification, my loves. All of us, because this is my reading too. Temperance is at the bottom of the deck. Beautiful card, amazing energy. That is harmony, peace, flow, balance, right? So tell me about this claw, dagger, bear, broken bridge situation. How can the collective protect themselves from these dangers? And what is this broken bridge? Oh, okay. I'm getting like a hella message. Hang on, y'all. The card that popped out is Judgment, by the way. So a cycle ending. Judgment has to come in and see if you learned your lesson or if you have to go back and repeat it. What's the claw for? Ten of Pentacles, something related to like your stability on earth, your home and family, your money. Why is the dagger here for the collective, please? What's the tense situation? I have a chime candle on the table. I